My name is Sarah Gergel, and I work with the Living Archives Project, where we are collecting stories of how COVID-19 impacted various communities in Charlotte, Mecklenburg County. Today is April 17th, 2023, and this week there were 30 reported cases of COVID-19 in Charlotte, Mecklenburg County, which shows a 52% decrease over the last 2 weeks. Therefore, each of us is comfortable in not wearing a mask today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I come from China, and I have been here about almost 1 year because last year in China we have terrible lockdown in Shanghai. So I came here. If I come here, I feel freedom and comfortable.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to share my story and in the past 3 years with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. So can you tell me, what was your experience like being in the lockdown in China?
Sure. In 2020, January 2020, I came here to see my son. And when I departure from China, that is the beginning of COVID. So I can arrived here very successful. But from March 2020, the pandemic is so horrible. So when I want to back to China to see my mom and my family, I can't get any ticket.
Wow.
No. So from March to 8, almost 5 months, I can't back to China. And at last, in August, I bought a very expensive ticket to China.
Wow.
And transit from Europe to China.
Wow.
Because many flights canceled then.
Yeah.
And more unfortunately, when I got to China, we have to be quarantined in quarantine hotel for 2 weeks.
Wow.
In the most quarantine hotel are very bad.
Really?
But very expensive. I have to pay for 2 weeks for my accommodation, and I can't go out.
Mm-hmm.
You go out my door. Go out.
Wow.
Yeah. So the feeling of quarantine is very terrible.
Yeah. And you had to be all alone in the
Yeah.
quarantine.
Yeah, and a very small room, and you can't go out. You can't talk with each other. So and we had bad dinner food.
Okay.
And every day, some nurse come to my house to disinfected. Yeah, and all over the corridor, it is disinfected. So smell.
Smells strong.
Yeah. And they put our food on the floor, outside the door, on the floor.
Wow.
So it's very terrible.
And the hotel provided you food, or did?
No, I have to pay.
You have to pay.
I have to pay, and sometimes they only has very limited times. They put my food on to the floor.
Yeah.
And if beyond that time, no food, no water.
Wow. And you had to be there for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And if someone did they make you take a test before you could leave the room? Like a COVID test?
Yeah, every day.
Wow.
So morning and evening.
Wow. Every day.
Yeah.
And if, just in case, what if someone was positive? What would happen? They would have to stay longer?
Yeah. In the same hotel, we have two. I remember it was two people find positive. Then they transit to another place. I don't know
Another
where,
place. Okay.
because we can't talk.
Yeah.
We can't talk
You don't know.
because we have a WeChat. WeChat app.
An app?
Yeah, but if we discuss about COVID, someone told us, no, stop. So we can't talk about this.
Wow.
We only can talk about, do you have any recommend for food or for water and something? Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow. And so you were in China for how long during that time frame?
And I was back in August 2020, and I have a plan in 2021 back to America because my son is here. But in 2021, 2022, and even for 2020, and we have so many restrictions to travel. Every place you have to scan code.
Yeah.
If you go into any place, such as subway, the railway station, and airport, you have to scan. If they find you come from the district where there is some people is positive,
Yeah.
you will be restricted.
Wow. For 2 weeks. They will restrict you for 2 weeks.
No, maybe they tell you can go, maybe take to somewhere. But I was told go back to stay in my house.
To your house.
Yeah, I remember one time I wanted to my mother's house.
Yeah.
I want to see her,
Yeah.
but when I go out the railway station, they find me came from the district when there is one person is positive. So they told me I can't go out.
Wow.
I have to go back to my house.
And then how long do you have to stay before you can leave again?
If maybe 5 days, maybe 7 days, maybe 10 days, I don't know why.
They would let you know, or do you just try and then they tell you to go back or
They will text me.
text you? Oh,
And
wow.
if I come back from another place, I can't go out because I have to do another COVID test, not from mouth, is from nose, and it's very
Painful?
yeah. So I have to do this. If you do not do this, you never go out your home, your house. So sometimes I'm so afraid. I have nothing to eat because I can't go out. I can't go into grocery.
Wow.
Yeah. And especially in that time, all over China, in the pharmacy, no drugs you can buy.
Medicine.
No medicine. Yeah, you can't buy any medicine, especially for fever and for cold, for cold. Yeah.
For cold.
Yeah. No medicine.
Wow. And so what did you do to work in China at that time?
Oh, yeah, because that time, because I was a teacher, so I no need every day to go to work. But my friend, if she has to go to work every day she has to wear a mask and ensure his coat is blue, is green.
Okay.
If your coat is yellow or red, you can't go out. So you can call your leader, and you have to stay at home.
Wow.
Yeah. every day many people stay at home.
Okay.
Because you don't know why your code we called health code.
Health code.
Yeah. It became yellow or red.
Okay.
Sometimes I became. And if I call them, they tell us you have to get a PCR test. And if I finish the test, and tomorrow maybe red, blue, green,
Yeah.
you can go out.
Wow.
So it's so 不方便 inconvenience.
Inconvenient.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we try best to stay at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In China, were people able to work from home on the computer or not really?
很少这么说。Very few.
A few.
A few, yeah.
people.
And most people have to come to the office.
Got it.
Because I'm in university, and most time the students have to be in the
In the
campus.
university,
Yeah. No permit to out. So sometimes students struggle, but the administrator told us they have to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay at their
At their
room.
university.
Yeah.
Their room.
Yeah.
Wow. So did a lot of students, because you're a teacher, right? What did you teach young kids or older kids?
Older. I'm a university.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And so students in China, they all stayed at the university. They weren't sent home.
And sometimes you were in 2020, and that year they went home.
Okay.
In 2021 and 2022, they back to the university, but they have to stay in the university.
Okay.
No permit to out.
And then was it hard for you to travel back to the U.S. if you ever wanted to go? Was it hard for you to travel?
And the most problem is the most difficult is high price ticket.
Expensive.
Yeah, very expensive.
Yeah.
And because there's very few airplanes,
Okay.
so I can't buy the ticket.
So in the last 3 years, how often were you able to come here due to that?
The
Just a few
only last April I came here, and when I came here I promise I will never back to China if they have lockdown. So if they have quarantine. So now they canceled. So I will be back to see my mama.
Okay, so right now, so in China, there's no more lockdown.
No
more
any restriction.
no restrictions.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if but what I have to do test
Test when you
before
go.
Yes. Before I board.
board the plane.
Yeah.
Got it. And so from August of last year to now, what was your experience like here in the U.S.?
In U.S., I think here is people is very kind, very friendly, and I have a chance to learn English in international house. So many people helped me. So I'm so grateful, and I always to find some chance to do something for here. So I became a volunteer in elementary school for after-school tutor.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so I love here. And this year, I bought my new house with my son.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So do you think that you will come back to the U.S.
Yeah.
and just go visit your mom and then come back?
Yeah,
And are tickets cheaper now to go to China, or are they still expensive?
expensive.
Expensive.
But because my mom always asks me, when will you come back?
Yeah.
So because my mom is very old,
Yeah.
so I have to see
Gotta
her.
go see
Yeah.
her. How is your mom doing in China?
My mom, because she is almost 95, so she did nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So do they provide services for the older population in China? Like, do they provide food or because?
No, my sibling and me and provide for my mama, and we ask someone to take care my mom, and we pay them.
Wow.
And in China, government never.
They don't help pay for that stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. So here you get to be involved as a tutor and you get to do more English learning classes, which is amazing. Your English is very good.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I always to think how I can do something for Mecklenburg and for North Carolina. So if I get your email, I say I come here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So before we started talking, we did an activity together called a hand map. Is there anything that you want to share with us from your map?
For map?
Mm-hmm. Anything you want to share?
Oh, and I think I love America because America you have freedom. You can speak if you want, only if you do not hurt any people. Yeah. But in China, I can't speak freely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is I think is the best. I love America.
Yeah.
Of course, America has America's problem, but that is
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
But in China, there is become more bad. I think this. I'm worried.
Yeah.
Because I was a teacher, I know something, but we can't talk. Even if with my friends and my family, I can't talk.
Yeah.
So maybe if you talk more, you will be restricted.
Yeah.
So in here, I'm so happy. I love here. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us before we finish?
Let me think. I think I'm so happy. So, and when I will be back here, and the end of this year, I think I will continue. I will continue to be volunteer and to help some students because these students come from the family. Their family, their parents only speak Spanish or other language, no English. So I would like to help them, tutor them after class.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm so 我很享受. I'm enjoy this this work. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
Thank you.